to ensure we can provide you with consistent security throughout. And what makes our platform different and unique are our key investments in technologies like FortiOS, ASIC, and FortiCloud, as Ken described. No one can do that. No one is making the same level of investments that we are. That will bring us into the next decade of cybersecurity. So where do you start? Do you start in your firewalls? Do you start in security operations? Are you beginning with SASE? There's an easy way to make sense of it all. Now, most of our customers, as you know, probably know, I should say, start with the FortiGate. FortiGate is the fastest, most effective firewall in the world. And this is where you begin your journey with FortiOS. It's the most powerful and validated OS on the market. Now, once you're in FortiOS, expanding into your LAN, wireless LAN, is easy. You simply plug it in, and devices are automatically discovered using FortiLink. You want to expand into SD-WAN? We built it as a feature in FortiOS. No new boxes, no new management planes. You simply turn it on. And SASE for your remote users, for your secure private access. Managing SASE and ZTA is seamless in FortiOS. And FortiClient then introduces our unified agent. Secure networking is easy to adopt with demonstrated market leadership and proven amongst the world's most complex and FortiAI, secure AI, to secure your AI infrastructure. Now, for closing here today, we covered two big themes. Cybersecurity has become too complex, too fragmented, and Fortinet has taken a different path, a long-term outlook driven by organic innovation to build the most integrated and comprehensive cybersecurity platform in the industry. It's not just a vision, it's a reality our customers are already on. Starting with the FortiGate and expanding into SASE, secure networking, and cloud. Leveraging our core technologies like our ASIC, FortiOS, FortiCloud, and FortiAI. And second, we talked about AI not as hype, but as a powerful and necessary tool. AI in cybersecurity has to be useful, and FortiAI delivers, protecting against AI-driven threats and automating SOC and NOC operations. It's built in, not bolted on, and it's fully integrated into the security fabric. At Fortinet, our mission is clear. Simplify security, empower your people, and stay ahead of what's next, whether that's complexity or AI. Thank you.
In the secure connectivity from the customer's organization, wherever that may be, to your remote users. So it's really a part of everything that we do here from a SASE perspective. It's a core component.
EDR is a unification with FortiClient and what we call today FortiAP, which is a unified solution that provides access, security,
AI threats and gives a lot of better visibility.
Please welcome more of these steps together.
Hi, admin. What can I help you with? I can do many things, but I'm only allowed to help with FortiManager tasks.
Hi there. Can you check if any SD-WAN configuration is present on my system right now?
Of course. Let me direct you to the SD-WAN overlay templates page to check. It looks like presently there are no SD-WAN configurations.
Okay. Can you show me what devices are managed and their geographic location?
Certainly. Let me take you to the SD-WAN monitor page so you can see how it looks and review the current location of all managed devices.
Okay, so far it's helped us to navigate around a bit. Maybe I'm a new administrator, I don't know where to find these type of things, so AI can help some basic things like that. But now let's see if it can actually help us configure SD-WAN as part of my environment.
Great, thanks. I have an SD-WAN topology diagram that I drew a while ago. Can you help generate an SD-WAN template to deploy?
I can definitely help with that. Please drag and drop your diagram to this window so I can review it. This is what I read from the diagram. Are these details correct to proceed?
So yesterday, I think it was Joe, he saw this when we were doing rehearsal, and he said, maybe I'll quit sales now, and I'll actually just become a network operator because I can draw diagrams. So there you go, AI is already solving the skill shortage in real time. Now, I checked this configuration, don't worry, it's correct.
Yes, confirmed. Please proceed.
I have created the SD-WAN deployment configuration based on your diagram. I have saved the configuration in the SD-WAN overlay template table. Please review it, and when ready, I can help you install the configuration.
Thanks. Please go ahead to install the configuration.
Installing configurations to devices. Configurations have been successfully installed to the devices. I am redirecting to the SD-WAN monitor page so you can monitor the setup.
Okay, so clearly the configuration was installed, but there's a problem with one of the branch locations. So let's see if AI can help us to troubleshoot this next.
Oh, it looks like there's a problem on branch 1. Are you able to diagnose the connectivity issue?
Certainly, from investigation I found this. The problem is caused by the admin status of interface port 1 on device BR1 being disabled. To resolve this issue, I recommend the following action plan. Would you like to proceed?
Yes, please proceed.
I have enabled the admin status of interface port 1 on BR1. Installing configurations to device. All done. Please verify the VPN status.
Okay, so now looks like it's correct. So, now that SD-WAN has been enabled, the next logical thing, of course, is to enable SASE for this network.
Perfect, it's working. Next, I'd like to enable SASE for remote access to this network. Can you enable the FortiSASE connector?
Okay, I found an active SASE instance under your account. I've enabled the connector to it. Here are the current deployment details.
And of course, since SASE is based on FortiOS, it has the same capabilities, all the same features, including SD-WAN. We can simply enable this as now 3 new branch locations to our existing SD-WAN network.
Okay, can you please connect these SASE nodes to my SD-WAN network?
Okay, will do. I can also synchronize the security profiles deployed for on-premise SD-WAN users to the SASE users. Would you like to include those changes?
Yes, please go ahead.
Installing configurations using FortiSASE connector. Okay, I've updated all SASE configurations. DLP, AV, and 10 other security profiles are now active on your FortiSASE instance.
And lastly, I guess since this map view is getting a bit busy and we want to be able to see other things, let's go ahead and ask it to kind of clean up the map view a little bit for us. Thanks, looks correct. To simplify the map view, please mute all tunnels which are performing correctly.
Okay, I've changed those links to light gray color.
Perfect, thanks for your help.
You are welcome. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask. FortiSASE AI Alert. A new remote access connection to the SD-WAN network without zero trust protection has been detected.
Okay, now firstly,
Here's a summary of the remote access connection. Connecting from Berlin, connecting to the Frankfurt POP, accessing an application located in the Geneva branch. Recommendation. Would you like to enable these changes?
Okay, so firstly, this alert was generated by the FortiAI agent running on FortiSASE. It actually shows a really useful example of using AI on SASE because, the SASE portal, everything is designed to be as simple as possible so that it doesn't need as much assistance as, say, a complicated product. On the other hand, doing something like enabling zero trust means usually inspecting and understanding who are all the users, what are all the applications that they're accessing, and this changes continuously over time. And for the AI, this is a really good use case where it can actually continuously monitor and analyze that and prompt you when something is either not being connected properly or being connected without zero trust and help you to build those complicated configurations. Okay, please enable zero trust.
Installing configurations using FortiSASE connector. All done. If you need anything else, feel free to ask. FortiAI Ops Alert. Urgent Wi-Fi connectivity issue at branch 1. Would you like me to query FortiAI Ops?
Now, this alert is coming from FortiAI Ops, of course, which has been a product that's been around for quite some time. Usually it's deployed in a kind of a standalone way with wireless or switching networks that provide that kind of troubleshooting and advanced, preventative avoidance for issues, right? Now, in this scenario, it's actually connected more of as a back-end engine to FortiManager. So that means the data and all the alerts coming from it can then be fed into FortiManager and also accessed by the FortiAI agent. Yes, please retrieve the analysis of this location from AI Ops.
Issue analyzed by FortiAI Ops. Issue. Too many interfering APs, 9 on channel 36, significantly contributing to over-channel utilization, 90% and availability.
So let's see if she can fix it. Are you able to fix this?
Yes, I can enable DRP on the APs managed by BR1 to optimize it. Note this will take a few moments and disrupt client connectivity to those APs temporarily. Do you want me to proceed?
Yes, please proceed.
All done. Channel interference looks to be stabilizing.
Perfect, thanks.
You are welcome. If you have any further questions regarding a slow server at 172.16.88.23, would you like to investigate this?
Now, before we move on and investigate this next incident, let's just quickly recap what AI helped us with so far. So first, it helped us navigate around and use the product. It helped us to deploy some SD-WAN configuration. It helped us to monitor SD-WAN and then troubleshoot and fix an issue, right? It helped us to add SASE to that network. It helped us to then enable ZTNA on top of SASE. And then finally, it helped us to leverage FortiAI Ops to be able to troubleshoot a wireless issue and then fix it. Now, all of these steps, going together, obviously me as the NOC or SOC analyst has been the one to kind of connect the pieces together, right? And say, okay, there's results coming, now what's the next step that I do? And this was still what I would call FortiAI 1.0, right? But if we want to talk about FortiAI 2.0, this is when we get into agentic AI. So for those of you that don't know what agentic AI is, I went to Google and asked Google's AI what agentic AI is, and this is what it told me. And essentially what it comes down to is the ability to connect multiple of these steps together. So if we look at just the previous example, why did I have to ask AI to go to AIOps and get the data just to, do some more assessment of the issue? Shouldn't it know to go there automatically and get that information and tell me the results? So this is exactly how we kind of have, looked at it and said, okay, from an end-to-end use case perspective, how can we connect these steps together? And obviously you want to have guardrails in place. You don't want to have it doing certain actions that you don't want it doing, but certainly from a data analysis and summarize perspective, you want it to be able to connect these together. So in the next sequence, I'm going to play it all the way through once so you can see how it works with FortiAnalyzer and a real incident that it's investigating. And then we'll go back and just quickly step through to see exactly what it did and what it was basing those kind of steps upon.
FortiAI, can you help me to fully investigate this incident?
Sure, let me start the investigation. Incident summary. The slowness was due to a Monero miner C2 connection. Attacker used a brute force login to access the server and spread to other endpoints. Recommendations. Quarantine infected systems. 2. Block malicious traffic. 3. Enforce multiple factor authentication. 4. Patch the vulnerable systems.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here, but we just quickly go back, we'll just step through and see exactly why it came to these recommendations. So,
sure, let me start the investigation.
So the first thing obviously is looking into the incident ticket. It finds that there's a private IP address associated with the slow server. So the next thing is to say, okay, go to the EMS, the endpoint management system, and retrieve the details about that endpoint. In the second step, when it's retrieving the details, it's obviously going to find that there's a set of processes, and one of those processes is, consuming most of the CPU, hence the server's running slow. So based on that process, it's connecting out to a public IP address. So this public IP, it could be doing something legitimate or it could be suspicious. So the next step would be to look up the public IP in FortiGuard or via FortiTip. And in the third step, obviously, it finds that that is suspicious. It is a confirmed infected IP address. And so the next thing would be to say, okay, is there any other systems in my environment which are also connecting to this same public IP? Is this just one server that's affected, or is it a wider issue that I should be aware of? And it will find that there is multiple of these systems inside the environment. So now maybe it wants to say, okay, what was the first system that was impacted? Because chances are that's how that attacker got in and then spread to the other systems in my environment. And then finally, based on that first system, it's going to find that there was some, suspicious, event logs associated with logins, brute force attack, this type of thing. And so basically, it's basically come to a conclusion that, okay, this is how it got in. It's impacted multiple systems. There's multiple systems infected, and there's some actions to be taken. And so the next step is really to then provide that full summary report back to the administrator so that they can, determine the next steps to take.
Incident summary. The slowness was due to a Monero miner C2 connection. Attacker used a brute force login to access the server and spread to other endpoints. Recommendations. Quarantine infected systems. 2. Block malicious traffic. 3. Enforce multiple factor authentication. 4. Patch the vulnerable systems.
And so if you saw my presentation last year, obviously I went through almost the identical scenario, but I had to be the one as the SOC analyst to connect these together. And in the end, though, how much further do we want the